Welcome to the Michigan Golfer Show. Join us each week as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great game.
I'm Jack Berry, and I'm at the Michigan Golf Hall of Fame and talking with Ted Woehrle, a member of the Hall of Fame and a long-time golf course superintendent. I'd like to, let's see, do you have green thumbs? Well, I thought he had green thumbs. Ted, how on earth did you get into growing grass?
Well, I started working with my father, who was a greenkeeper back then in the Chicago area, and went to school, went to Purdue University, and graduated in turf grass management. And after the service, started working at Beverly Country Club in Chicago.
What's the hardest thing about being a golf course superintendent?
Probably nature. Certainly is a challenge. We can have the hottest years, the coldest years, the driest, the wettest, but I'd say the weather is probably the biggest challenge.
Now, when you got a good weather year, all the club members they feel you're a genius. Is that right? And then what happens when you get kind of a drought?
Well, it's not as bad today with the automatic irrigation and all the technology that they have, but in the old days we had to rely on a lot less water, and we had to apply it with hoses and sprinklers that were manually moved by some brute at night. But a drought is not as bad today as it was years ago.
What are the big advances in the course superintendent industry in the business? How has it changed from the time when you first got into it? Did you still have horses pulling mowers at that time or not?
Well, I came in at the tail end of that. Few of the golf courses, including my father's, still had a team of horses that were used occasionally, but it was all tractor driven and a lot easier than it was with a team of horses.
Well, you became pretty friendly with Robert Trent Jones, right? Was that over at Point of Woods and some involvement there?
Point of Woods was the first time I worked with him. And then, of course, moving to Oakland Hills with the North Course, 1969. And then again, I wasn't working with him, but I worked with his son, Robert Trent Jr.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what was the North Course like when you went to Oakland Hills? It wasn't what it is today, was it?
Not at all. It was a public course owned by Oakland Hills on the south side of Maple, and they had removed the majority of the bunkers during the war years, and it was a very busy public golf course, but it had its own clubhouse and had its own equipment. It was run as a separate golf course.
Now, what about the big course, the South Course?
It was always a great golf course, going way back to the beginning, and it too was a type of golf course that was low maintenance, again because of the war years, but I got there in '68, and a lot of changes have taken place through the years.
Right, there've been a lot of trees have disappeared, and although at the beginning when Donald Ross designed it, there were not many trees on that golf course, were there?
No, it was farmland actually, and had a small orchard on part of the golf course, and the only wooded area was on the back nine, number 15. That was it.
Now let's talk about the item that you contributed here to the Golf Hall of Fame in the display case, the stimp meter. How did that come about, and what did it do?
Well, the stimp meter is it's like a speedometer to the members. It's a device used to measure the speed of the greens, and it actually, I personally feel that it's ruined a lot of good golf courses, trying to keep the fastest greens in town, and everybody wants to be faster than the next course.
Well, I noticed that Golf Digest, Ron Witten, who's their architecture editor, as saying that the new rankings for courses to be ranked, they got to be more green friendly, and calling for less water certainly, and also for a little slower conditions of these greens. That they've kind of gotten out of hand, haven't they?
Well, Stimpmeter readings around 13, 14 on a green like Oakland Hills has, it's almost unplayable. And they're not fun. When you get close to the hole and then it rolls off the green, that to me is not good golf.
So then you're in on the birth of the Orchards over in Washington Township, which hosted the National Public Links Championship, and certainly is one of the premier courses in southeast Michigan.
It's a golf course designed like golf was intended to be played. It's a lot of fun, and it's friendly. You can bite off as much as you want, and a lot of us like to play the white tees, senior tees now.
I like to play the way up front tees.
It's a good golf course.
We'll be talking with Ted Woehrle, the longtime golf superintendent around the Detroit area at Oakland Hills, and then at the birth of the Orchards, which is really a fun golf course, and one of which I made a hole in one. Right.